Good evening, everyone. We're back again with Pixel Art Studio, or Pixel Art Academy. This is Doing Stuff Studios. We're going to do some stuff. What are we on today? Pixel Arts and Line, intended and perceived lines. But before we get there, let's do a quick warm-up. We'll just do a monochromatic one. You know, let's do a big one. It's still a little bit simple. Terry Kavanaugh. Oh, I'm sorry. That's the artist. It's Terry Kavanaugh. This is VVVVV from Captain Viridian. We'll zoom in on this a little bit less. Make that guy a little bit bigger. Get him off the grid there. We only got one color choice, so let's grab our pencil. Grab our reference points. Really anything would be useful, but we'll go from the top down. All the way around for the eyes. There's the other eye. Fill that in. A space of 2 pixel lines before the mouth, so we're going to leave that empty. That's going to come down like that. 2, 3 over. And then we're down. So that's it there. And there's 4 under here for his neck. Going across the shoulders here. And we're filling in 1, 2, 3 full lines. There's these little gaps here, but his arms are coming down. And then, yeah, that's torso. Onto, I guess you call those the hips. They only come down one line. Finish off with the legs. And the 2 toes. Feet, whatever. Boop, boop, boop. Get our dopamine ding. Very important. And let's get into the tutorial. Intended and perceived lines. What the artist intends to draw and what the viewer perceives does not always match what is actually on the canvas. So pixel art is drawn on a raster grid. When we draw lines that align with the grid, the result perfectly matches the intended shape. So from the last time, we can click here, hold shift, and bring it to the other end. When lines don't align with the grid, the resulting shape doesn't match exactly. Instead of a single line at an angle, we end up with multiple rectangles aligned to the grid. Go back to shift. However, because of how the pixels are connected, the viewer still perceives the result as a diagonal or a curve. So, I'm going to zoom in a little bit more on the curve. I'm not real comfortable with curves yet. So if I all I'm doing is I'm just clicking and holding down Shift until the blocks line up with where the curve ought to be. So the intended lines, the actual lines, and the perceived lines. So yeah, one of the things that is useful I've found for pixel art too is zooming out, making it small. I wear glasses too, and so if I take my glasses off, it blurs into that kind of perceived shape, which was the actual purpose for the way that pixel art would have rendered on old TVs. There was going to be a certain amount of blurring, not like this crystal clear definition that you get now. So they anticipated that kind of blurring within the pixels on the TV, so that the characters ended up with much more soft and rounded edges. That's actually been one of the challenges in learning in pixel art for me so far, and it's only been like a month, I think. That's what I remember, is much more rounder, smoother sprites coming through the CRT TV. And so when I look at more modern, sharp pixel art that actually embraces the kind of pixelated, jagged, sharp corners of the pixels, it's taken me some adjustment to think with it and visualize it that way. So the JAGGIEs, learn about the main stylistic characteristics of pixel art. Many things in your drawings will align with the grid. Pixels can perfectly match such shapes. So once again, we're just going to click and we're going to shift. All the way over. Click, click. With diagonals and curves, what should be straight and smooth appears jagged, spiky, and sharp. These stair-like deformations, unintended jagged edges, are called jaggies and contribute to the blocky appearance of pixel art. So, yeah, see, I'm not very good with freehanding it, so that's why I like the shift. Boop, boop. So, jaggies in a curve. Not a jaggie. It's a sharp corner. Jaggies diagonal. Not jaggies, actual stairs. I wonder. Oh, it's not going to let me edit that. Okay, that's fine. So jaggies too, some jaggies are less desirable than others. Pixel art lines are constructed out of multiple rows or columns of pixels that usually only touch corners. All right, so we can see it here. However, when we draw lines freehand, we often unintentionally cross over multiple neighbors where the rows connect. So let's try it freehanded. Okay. These unintended pixels are also referred to as doubles, since we only need one of them for a minimal line. Remove one pixel in each of the doubles. Oh, let's erase the top ones here. Now, what I would like to do actually is put those back. What does this look like if we take the bottom ones? That actually made a much more shallow curve. Let's put them back. See that one more time. That's interesting. All right. Doubles create jaggies and perceived lines, disrupting the smooth flow across the line art. Ah, see? Remove one of the doubles here as well. So we take that one. Now if we put that one back. Interesting. Okay. Actually, that makes sense because if we did this, 1, 2, 2, 5, and 6, like you can still see a line there, but 1, 2, 3, 4, and well, 6, but 5-ish. That's much more smooth looking. So I'm going to keep that in mind. Even without doubles, certain patterns of the line segments lead to jaggies in perceived lines. Pixel artists nowadays mostly use the term jaggies to describe these undesired pixels. Okay, yeah, see? Well, I think that's just what we were exploring down here. Move the pixel to eliminate the problem. We will expand on this later in tutorial on pixel art curves. Similarly, unwanted jaggies can disrupt the flow of diagonal lines. We'll use our shift for this one. Move the pixels here as well. You will get a different line, but artists often adjust angles to make lines with ideal jaggies. This will be explored in the tutorial on diagonals. Oh, there we go. Line art cleanup. Practice cleaning up doubles and corners. Undesirable doubles are an issue when drawing lines freehand. For this lesson, draw the curve with a single freehand stroke. Alright, here's where I fall apart. Let's do it though. Excuse me. Coming across here. Alright. Now you can open the pixel art evaluation paper at the bottom right. And get an analysis of your line. Oof. Lines are considered pixel perfect when they don't have any doubles or other corners. Click on the pixel perfect lines criterion below to see the individual problem. There's the criteria. Doubles. Tons of doubles. In this detailed view, you can hover over the number in the count column to show just how those pixels, to show just those pixels in the analysis. Right now you have no corners, but this is not useful, but it will be later. Close the evaluation paper and eliminate the doubles. I think all right. There we go. We're getting smoother, I think, here. Hey, there we go. Great job. Pixel art software often includes a pixel perfect option for the pencil, which avoids the creation of doubles and sharp corners. But it's important to know how to clean the line by hand too. Let's take a look back here. Oh, it says 100%. Fantastic. Great job. Pixel art software also includes, oh, it's the same thing. Okay. Corners. Sharp edges can be used intentionally. Happy little star. Add a black outline to the outside of the star by following the rules discussed so far. Use rows and columns of pixels that touch only in the corners. So we got our black color, we get our pencil. And I'm going to use a combination of single pixel clicking. Actually, I wouldn't necessarily need to. Yeah, there we go, because it's a straight line. Oh, excuse me. I clicked you here, and then I click there. All right, using these rules leads to rounded corners, which is great if you're after a softer look. However, if sharp corners are desired, using more spiky line art is okay. So we get a happy star over here. Now we're going to make a more angry looking star. Open the pixel art evaluate paper and look at the corner analysis. Alright, the definition of pixel perfect lines doesn't allow for corners, so they are highlighted as an error. However, the evaluation doesn't understand the context. Open the pixel perfect lines breakdowns to continue. We've got 4 corners. The evaluation paper can only show potential problems. Don't worry about the corners that are intentional. You can even turn individual criteria off completely. Do that now by removing the check mark next to the corners criteria. Great. Only use the evaluation as a tool to double check your work and do not follow it blindly. It makes mistakes and doesn't know your intentions, so take its scores with a big grain of salt. So yeah, let's take a look here. So we got 2 stars. Oh, A is getting in the way, but we can still mostly see it. Rounder, softer corners. kind of harder corners here, suggesting a harder, stronger shape, I suppose. All right, we got a ton of stuff here. Pixel art evaluation is being continually improved, and it's a bit of an experimental feature. Don't take the scores too seriously. Trust your artistic judgment over directly following it. So we got draw fan art with pixel perfect lines. That sounds fun. Learn about diagonals in pixel art. Learn about curves. Learn about width in pixel art. So yeah, that's it for our tutorial for this chapter here. Oh, Glacier. That's one of my favorite ones. That's phenomenal. I'm not going to play it. I don't know how well YouTube will pick up on these, so unfortunately I don't really want to risk it. But I think it's this one here, the water is something, yeah. That's another fantastic artist. So projects. Oh, we did the snake. Do the tutorials. Diagonals, curves, line width. What's the draw? Pixel art fundamental jaggies. In the drawing app, choose a reference in the pixel art line challenge. Complete the drawing. Enable the pixel perfect line criteria in the pixel art evaluation paper and achieve a score of 80% or more. Keep both doubles and corners as required. In the drawing app. Set this up. Oh. Oh, it's here. All right. Oh, that looks fun. Okay. Sonic. Zaxxon Arcade, Rayman, Maniac Mansion, Bubble Bobble. We got Link, Day of the Tentacle. Oh, that's a deep cut. That's a good one. Oh, and Tetris. Well, I am, if nothing, an absolute sucker for Zelda. Is it any one of these, or do I get to pick one? Okay. I think this is going to forego our A-Sprite. But there's really not much to do on that, and I would essentially be doing the same thing here. So I might as well. Run this one. I don't like that. Can I do that? Oh, nope. It did look better that way. So I will just start there. Oops. That's not where I wanted it. this one. Right. Pretty good on that one, I think. Even though it didn't get the corners there, I think it still does its job. We'll do the straight lines for that. I don't know if that reads like an X. I'm not sure about that. I don't like that. Let's try just starting it there. That's a little more X-y. We'll try that. Yeah, I like that. Okay. I don't know about that one. All right. Then we got dot, dot, dot. All right, so we did the lettering there. I'm going to try the same thing I did before with the circles, where I'm gonna put in kind of the quiche sections of it for the curve. That'll be both ends and the lower middle. I think that's a pretty decent system. There we go. I think that's all right. Okay, so I did a freehand, and then let's just go back and knock all the corners out. I think that's all right. That's not too bad. Let's work on some of this hair. I think I can get away with doing some straight line. Oh, I'll do that again. Maybe don't start it from there. Maybe I'll start it from right here. Yeah, right there covers up more of that. There, and then I'll start the curve up that way. I'm just going to follow the face of his line, or the line of his face here, pixel by pixel. I don't know about filling that one in yet. to fill it in there. Okay. Yeah, that's good. I like that. Okay. We'll go ahead and complete this hairline. Yeah, that's the best I'm going to get. I think that's pretty good there. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see if I can get that better with just go pixel by pixel. Yeah, see, because I'm going 2 by 2 all the way up, and that's, I think that's going to be a better. See, that gets real close here. I wonder what to do about that. I'll figure that out in a minute. Let's see. All the way here, then start curving up. Three, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1. Nah, I don't like that. There we go. Then we can start bringing this back down 2 by 2 to a more straightened. Mostly straight. Nah, I don't like that. We're going to keep that straight like that, and then we'll zoom out and see what that looks like. Back down to this corner. Just keep going. Straight up. How do I like that? I think that'll be all right. Can I look at this yet? Nope. Won't do it until you're done. Let's zoom in. Let's work these hands a bit. There we go. I don't know how I feel about putting that straight across. I don't know if I like that either. What's that look like? Yeah, no, that just looks out of place. I think I'm better with it straight across. Alright, we'll finish off the curve of the hand here. Nope, there we go. There we go. Hope that doesn't get too noisy right there. I'm just going to keep following the curve. Right to there. That doesn't look good. That looks better. Think. Yeah, I think we'll do the same here. See if we can keep it symmetrical. Oh, nope, we sure can't. There we go. Can we get away with that? Wait a second. That's 3. All right, let's kind of go back here. Yeah, I think that's all right. I'm zoomed in out a little bit far there. Come on now. There we go. There. That's a little bit wonky. We'll see. We'll see how it goes with that. And just a diagonal line down there for the jaw. That worked. Yeah, that does look a little bit wonky, but we'll, like I said, we'll see how it goes. I think I am going to have a little bit of overlap here. So just want to try and get the line of that. What's that look like? That's not too bad. Yeah, I don't like the... Do they give you a pixel perfect? No, no they don't. So I think I'm just going to run the diagonal of this right up like that, and then right here we'll start blocking it off into these curves. Doing my best here. Sorry, unfortunately I don't really have a whole lot of commentary during this portion of it. go. I like the line of that. There we go. Oops. Not like that. Like that. Alright, we'll do the ear in a minute. And we'll just finish up the hat. This one's almost a direct diagonal line. Almost, but not quite. Actually, it could be if you're brave enough. Or look in there. See, it does look a little too pointy. I think I would like there we go. See if that softens up that tip there a little bit. Yeah, I think it does. It rounds that out. Ooh, not you. There you go. Now you. Ooh. 2, 3, and then the corner. I think that's all right. It's sort of a lumpy, misshapen hat to begin with. And I'm not thrilled about that little corner there. There we go, that's better. And let's connect up this line of the ear here. I do want to have that sharp point at the top, because he is he an elf? Are Hylians elves? There we go. We're nearly there. don't think I really care for that. Let's zoom in closer here. That's just going to go straight up. Okay, so it's a grade. Oh, oh, it didn't do it. Wait a minute. It didn't give us the score. Oh, there we go. We had to check those. Oh, it actually gave us 100%. I can't believe I got 100%. I don't think that's too bad. And even this here, the way that it's kind of janky here around the corners, but it actually kind of matches up. So I'm not actually that unhappy with it. It's supposed to be this one right here, wasn't it? Yeah. Neat. All right. You know, real quick, before we end off, we're just gonna move over to A-Sprite. Now I actually remembered to change the capture over this time. Just real quick, there's this pixel perfect. It's turned off, and so if I'm drawing lines, let's grab a darker color, there we go. If I'm freehanding lines, there you go, see, all that step, 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 step. You turn on the pixel perfect, and it gets rid of that for you. All right. Well, thank you so much for being here. These videos seem to be getting longer and longer with each one. But I'm having a good time. I'm learning a lot. For the few people watching me right now, I hope you are too. And thanks for being here. Remember to keep doing stuff. Anything. Just like Dory in Finding Nemo, just keep moving. Have a good night, and we'll see you next time.